finally redoing my living room, or in a way finishing it, because it's planned out. I just need someone to put up these shelves and then we're gonna decorate, and we still have to figure out how to put the TV on the wall. Well, not figure out, just do it, but it's on the task list. But today we are hanging my wooden shelves. I'm so excited to have them finally on. I think these wooden shelves are gorgeous, 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 and I feel like they add such a statement moment to my living room. So I'm very excited to have them on. I've always wanted a big wall shelf on the living room. When I was moving in, I kind of envisioned that, especially because I was looking at a lot of mid-century style interior decor inspo, and the thing that I most love about that style is these big wall shelves that people have. It doesn't even matter the style. I just love a giant bookshelf, wall shelf situation where you can put books, trinkets, decor, lamps, and I really, really wanted that for my space. So I found these on Facebook Marketplace. It was like a really lucky find. Apparently the person who sold them to me lived in New York. She bought them there somewhere, I have no idea where, and she moved back to Puerto Rico and brought everything with her. She didn't want to leave anything in New York, so she brought everything, and these were one of the stuff that she had. And man, when I saw them, I was like, these are the one I need. Initially, I wanted them for my dining room. I couldn't picture them here. I wanted one for my dining room and maybe one for the side of the couch. I don't know why I couldn't picture them side by side on my TV area, but I think it's because I wanted one of those modular wall shelves that IKEA has. But you could put them on the wall, and then you could put the shelves on any size that you want, and you kind of style them to put it over the TV, so you could have things on top of the TV as well. And I really, really love those. That was the initial idea that I had, and I still love that idea. Like, I wish I could have it. But then I realized these shelves did not fit anywhere else on my house because the walls all have windows and doors. So the next idea was to put them here instead of the IKEA shelves. And I really couldn't decide. When I get something in my head, it's very hard for me to get it out. It's very hard for me to change paths because I'm very decisive in a way. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes I'm like, this is what I want, this is what I want, how can I make this happen, So I was like, let's just try it out then. I'm gonna put these here resting on the wall just to see if it goes well with the vibe. So that's what I did. That's why we have them here right now. But I kind of love them. I think they're more unique than the IKEA ones in some ways. I think they both could have worked and both could have looked perfect. But I think it's because this one is real wood. They actually smell amazing because of the type of wood that they're made from. And the color is just so, so beautiful. So after seeing them here, I was like, okay, you know what? I think this is the right decision. We should use these shelves on the living room. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna hang them up. My mom's friend is gonna come help me. He's honestly the best because he's helped me with so many things in this house, and he's not even my dad. So W, mom's friend. So he's gonna hang them up for me, and then I'm gonna decorate. I also have some vintage speakers that I wanna put under them. And we're gonna design it, we're gonna plan it out a little bit, and we're gonna do the whole thing. But I'm very excited to see it all come together. And yeah, first things first, I gotta clean all of this up. So I'm gonna do that now before he gets here. We got the new wall shelves installed. I am so excited to style them. They look so good. I already had some items. I think I'm gonna get some items along the way. I don't want to rush filling up these shelves. So I'm gonna take it slow and try to use what I have for now. And when I find some cool, unique things that work on the shelves, then we'll add them. I think it's really important to have a balance when you style things. So I'm gonna add some plants, some mood lighting, some trinkets, and some decor, maybe some art frames if I have any that fit. And when I get some cool books, I think I'll add them to my shelves as well, but I'm not sure if I have any right now. I also have some vinyl records, but I don't know if they're gonna fit because vinyl records tend to be a little bit tall. So we'll see about that. But let's get started. Wall shelves are done. They are completely styled and I think they look pretty good. Things may change in the future, but for now, I think we did a good job and it looks pretty nice. I'm very happy about the result. Now I gotta fix up the rest of the living room, but the speakers, I think are my favorite thing. And then this IKEA lamp is such a statement piece. I really, really love it. I try to balance the personal belongings, more personal things, and you know, that holds like memories and stuff and are unique to us basically. And then some stylish things and some things about our culture as well, and some just trinkets and stuff that we like. And then the core, like this clock that we have here. We have an IKEA speaker that I think it's a really cool design. And yeah, some other cool stuff that I like. This is from my trip of Mexico and it has a little fish and I love fish things. I was gonna put some vinyl records, but I think they were a little bit too overwhelming. So I left it that way. Honestly, it looks really good. I'm very, very happy with the result. I'm hoping you guys like it too. Let me know what you would change or add to the shelves or to the space. Any tips are welcome. But I think I did my, I think I did a good job of balancing out the items. I'm gonna look at the space again and, maybe tinker with it a little bit, but I think, honestly, I'm not sure if I'm gonna change anything for now, but it looks good. Yeah, let's just fix up the rest of the living room. We have the new wall shelves all set up. I am so happy with them. It is literally everything I wanted, everything I've dreamed of having. I am really glad that I decided on these instead of the IKEA ones. Not because the IKEA ones are not amazing. I don't know. I feel like these fit what I wanted, and they are handmade. They are real wood. They smell amazing, and they're a little bit unique. Not everyone is going to have these. So I don't know. I kind of like that. When I was trying to choose how to style these shelves, I really wanted a good balance of plants and nature, mood lighting, some trinkets and collectibles, and some decor that like calls out to you. But honestly, thinking back on it, I really wanted to have a lot of personal things like prints, trinkets, and little things that mean something to me in a way. I don't know why, but I do feel like that's what makes styling a home a little bit more, I'm not sure what the right word is, because I don't want to say elevated, but interesting, special, elevated, unique, personalized, etc. I have no idea. I just mean that when I go into homes or when I see these homes online, there's a lot of beautiful ones out there. But I think the ones that most call out to me are the ones that have like this really unique pieces that I know they got because it's them, and not everyone is going to buy the same piece. And there's nothing wrong with people having the same things. I have a lot of IKEA stuff, and anybody can buy an IKEA lamp, an IKEA chair, but I think it's good to mix in some things that bring a lot of character and personality to your space, and then memories. Like it makes it a little bit niche. It makes it you. And that's what makes it interesting. I want to give you guys a tour of what I put on these shelves. I just want to tell you a little bit about all the things that I have there. And probably there's going to be some changes in the future when I get other new things. But for now, this is what we have. And I really like it. I'm really happy with it. So let me show you around of what we put on the shelves and why I put it there. Okay, I'm gonna put a pin in the middle just to explain what inspires me to decorate my home. And there's a few things, like, of course, there's going to be a lot of different things. I do like some specific decor aesthetics, but I also get inspired by a lot of other things like media, movies, books, stories, games. I really love Studio Ghibli. Like, as you can see, I have it on the background on the TV. My favorite movie ever is Spirited Away. I just love feeling like I can be in these fantasy worlds where anything could happen and these amazing magical things happen that, are just like unbelievable, and it's gorgeous. Because if you see a Studio Ghibli movie, you notice that a lot of the times it's all about the little things, and that is literally my life motto now. It's all about the little things. It's all about the slow moments, the small moments, the little moments in between the chaos and the subtlety of things. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of Ghibli stuff as well, but also in a way, not just the Ghibli decor, more like the feeling of Studio Ghibli films in my home decor is what I mean. It's what I mean to say inspires me. Another thing that inspires me is where I live. Puerto Rico is a tropical island. We have a lot of different cultures. We've been colonized already 2 times. Because of that, there's a lot of different architecture styles that have come here throughout the years, and there's a lot of beautiful things to look out for when you see old homes here and old structures and everything. So that inspires me a lot too. I just remember being at my grandma's house or visiting family's house when I was a kid, and everyone had these gorgeous old wooden furnitures and trinkets all around, metal iron chairs, these gorgeous balconies where light would shine through and you could see these patterns from the shadows of the light. Those things that really inspire me when I'm thinking about what I want my home to feel. I know that's more of a feeling and less of a specific decor thing, but I just wanted to, mention it as well because it is a thing that I look for when I'm putting things in my house. What feeling does it give me? What memories does it bring up? What experience am I getting
from having it there. And another thing from that is just how proud we are of our culture here. If you ever visited Puerto Rico, or if you've ever met a Puerto Rican outside of Puerto Rico, we are very proud of our culture. It's just a beautiful, beautiful experience all around. And I don't know, we keep like things of our culture all around our homes, and I kind of really love that. It's just so beautiful seeing how people care for things, remember things, and want to keep culture alive and tradition alive in some ways. So I want to bring that to my home as well, and I feel like I'm doing that right now on these shelves. And I think those are the two big things. Other than that, it's just like social media, online. I've loved interior decor all of my life, in different times of my life. Even since I was a kid, when I didn't know anything about it, I just liked moving things around in my room and finding the right place or the right feeling for what I wanted in that moment. So even if I didn't know anything about interior design when I was like, 10 or 12 or even younger, I still loved it and I didn't even know what it was. And yeah, I think that's all that inspires me other than media and etc. Just experiences, just my culture, just like the feeling of my favorite place in the world, which was my grandma's house, and spending time at my grandma's house. She also collected a lot of things and trinkets and had them all around her house. A lot of things from Guatemala as well, which honestly gives me like a really heartfelt feeling, because you could see again her culture all around her house without even visiting, which is so powerful for me right now. So I just want to emulate those feelings and those memories in my home as well. Let's just talk about these vintage retro speakers that I have here. I know they're not on the shelf, but I feel like they are very much a part of what I wanted here. So when I was planning out my living room, I knew I wanted some retro speakers. I just think they look so gorgeous in people's spaces. I've been looking at a lot of creators online who have like these Japandi or mid-century houses, or just other houses in general, but they have these vintage retro speakers, the ones that are like really big like this, and then they're natural material like wood. And I knew I wanted one for my house. I was like, I know I want that. I need to get one. How do I get one? Well, because I live in Puerto Rico, it's not as easy to access unique things like this. So it was really a challenge for me to find some. I spent months looking through Facebook Marketplace, and some were a little bit over the budget. Others, I didn't even know if they worked. Some were a little bit too far for me to drive and get them. I love these specifically because they have this cover, which has, I don't even know how to describe this, but it's like a mesh kind of material with some wooden designs in the front. And I don't know, this really reminds me of Puerto Rico in the old days. Something that I love about technology is when they have these beautiful, unique geometric designs. I don't know what it is, but something about different shapes in one design really calls out to me, and I have no idea why that is. I feel like I gotta dive deeper on why I like shapes and repetition in design. There's something about it. I don't know. At first, I really wanted some speakers that were completely brown. I thought they would stand out more. But then when I found these, I really thought the black inside and the brown outside, it was gonna bring some contrast into this living room, since I do have a lot of wood tones and I have a brown couch right now. So yeah, it's a little bit too brown. Next, we have the lower shelf. Honestly, in general, I just wanted a way to balance out all the items that I wanted place in a way that it looked pretty and interesting. So nothing is placed in a specific order for a reason. It's just like I thought it would look nice and balanced the way that it is. There is this thing in interior design called the triangle method. So I kind of followed that a little bit. I don't think I followed it to a T. The triangle method is just like putting something tall and then following the line of the item. So visually, it creates this something that looks nice. So on this lower shelf, I just put some books. I want to get some design and art books to add to this shelf, but for now, I only have my fantasy books, but that's fine because honestly, I just want books that are something that I would read or enjoy or like to look at. And I recently got this one. I ordered it this week. It's called Journey to the Heart, and it's Daily Meditations on the Path to Freeing Your Soul. The reason I got this is because I always see on Pinterest when I'm doing my vision boards and mood boards, I kept seeing people post the cover of the chapters, and I just thought it was so beautiful. I think it goes really well. And I also love that crimson. I'm not sure if it's crimson. I love that red burgundy crimson color. I think it brings a really good color palette to the space. Then we have this IKEA speaker, which I have bittersweet feelings about it. Let me give you guys the chisme. I love this speaker. I love its design. And it's supposed to have this handle where you can grab it and take it wherever you need to. It works as a Bluetooth speaker, but you can also have it connected. So I love speakers like that because if I want to take it out to the pool, I can. So in that aspect, I really love it. I'm really happy to have it. I love its design. I love how pretty it looks in my space. So I'm happy in those things. Also, the sound is it's pretty good. If you're inside a room, it's a really good speaker. If you're outside, maybe not the best, but it's because for outside spaces, you probably need a really, really big speaker. But it works really good. The only thing is I haven't been able to put the handle that it's supposed to have because what are these called? The nails? No, because the little tornillos are not the best quality. So when I was trying to take them out to put the handle in, one of the tornillos, I just remembered the word, it's a screw. So now I can't remove the screw because it got damaged when I was using the screwdriver that came with the speaker, trying to remove it. I took it to IKEA to see if they could help me take the screw off or if they could change the product to a different one because I really want to use the speakers. So I thought they could help me out. But the employee told me that because I damaged the screw, that they couldn't help me and they couldn't exchange it because it wasn't damaged. I damaged it, which I totally understand. But at the same time, it's kind of confusing because it's damaged because it didn't work since the start. Like the screw was not working and I used the screwdriver that they gave me and the screwdriver is what damaged the screw. But she basically told me that if I couldn't get the screw off, I was supposed to take it in that moment to get it fixed instead of trying to take it off myself. But I can't do anything about it. Yeah, I love the speaker, but I have like a bittersweet feeling about it now. And yeah. That is my story with the speaker. The other thing that I put on this shelf is this little fish jar. This one I bought in my trip to Mexico City with my parents, I think 2 years ago. We went to a market and you guys know I really love markets. I love local markets. So whenever I travel or I go to an event, the first thing I do is look up markets because I want to bring things to my home that are pretty. So this is one of the things that I saw on the market. They had a lot of ceramics. I also have this little plate. Let me look for it. This little plate that I bought there as well. I don't know, I think it's just like a catch-all tray, but it's like a really small one and it has these little birds on top. So on the second shelf, we have some books. These were from my grandma's house. I have a lot of my grandma's stuff here. So this one on the bottom is her Bible, which I am not really a religious person at all. But she was, and it really reminds me of her. So I decided to keep it. I also have her cooking book that she used the recipes to make food for us, her grandchildren and her children. And a little backstory on my grandma. She was from Guatemala. She moved out of Guatemala, I think like maybe 18 or maybe younger. I'm not too sure about that. But she met my grandpa in Costa Rica and he was from Puerto Rico. So they moved here and, she continued the rest of her life in Puerto Rico. So she used this book, which is called Cocina Criolla, and most of the food in Puerto Rico is comida criolla. So I guess she wanted to learn to make Puerto Rican food for my grandpa and her children. She used this guide, and it's a really, really old book. Like, it's barely there anymore, honestly. The pages, crazy old, but it's very interesting to me that she always made comida criolla. She never made Guatemalan food here, and I wonder why. I'm not sure if it's because she didn't know any recipes because she left kind of young, or if she just wanted to cater to the culture here, I guess. Yeah, most of the recipes that she made are from this book, so I kept it. This one is very important to me, and you guys know those rhetorical questions where people ask, like, if your house would burn down, what is the one thing that you would take? I think for me, other than my pets, like Mocha, Kirara, Hatsu, Loki, all my pets, all the fur babies, I think the thing would be this book because it just holds so much sentimental value and memories attached to it. And I don't think I could leave it behind. So yeah, I do have that there. I also have her telephone address book because, again, yeah, my grandma was like 95 when she passed, so she still used telephone address books, and I really love seeing her handwriting on all of these things, and it reminds me that she was here. Like, it's just like a print in the world that tells me that she was here. She's not 100% gone from the world that I live in right now, and I could see it, and I can see her in her handwriting, and I don't know, it's very special to me. So I kept that as well, and I put it here as well. I also have this, which are some postcards that I bought in Guatemala, which I'm not sure when I'm gonna post those, if it comes before or after this video, but I have of everything I bought in Guatemala video coming, and I also am working on my Guatemala trip blog. So, if you watch both of those either before or after, you're gonna see me talk about these a little bit more. But yeah, I bought some postcard from Guatemala. I love its design. I think it's so pretty, and I could frame these too. So I'm still undecided if I want to frame them or not. But for now, I just put one here and a little one here. This one I really love, the yellow mustard color that it has, and then it's mixed with these brown and other orange tones. So I think it really brings that pop of color into the shelf. So I put that one standing, but I honestly really love both. Then I have my little tuk-tuk ceramic that I also bought in Guatemala, and I placed it there. I think it's so cute. It's adorable. I originally bought this for my Christmas tree, but honestly, it's just too cute not to have it year round. So I put it there, and it's just like a little tiny little thing, which you won't be able to see it unless you're here, basically. Cute, but not too big. I also have my calcifer print that I finally found a frame for it. I talked about that one on my monthly favorite videos on May. I think it was my May monthly favorites, if I'm not mistaken. So I've had this print for, I think, a little over 2 years now, maybe even more. It was gifted to me by one of my best friends, and we're online best friends. We haven't even met in person, which is kind of crazy, but we've been friends for honestly, I don't know, 4 years? 4 years, maybe? I have to ask her. But we're like online best friends, and I love her dearly. She gifted me this calcifer print for one of my birthdays, and it's very pretty. I really love its design. If you guys know me, I love block print and I love Studio Ghibli. So everything block print I usually love. And yeah, now I have it displayed here. I think it looks so nice. It also adds that pop of color with the red, and I really love it. And it adds some height to this shell specifically. So again, if we're doing the triangle method, I think this would be the triangle. It's not like I really take my eyes and do like a triangle every time I'm placing things. I think it happens naturally because I already have that artistic eye in a way, not to toot my own horn, but I did study art in college and I've been an artist my whole life. So I have that artistic eye or creative eye. I don't know what you would call it. So I naturally do this. I don't really think about it too much. I just know if I put something tall, usually something short looks better next to it. So that's what I try to do when I decorate my things. And then I have my Insets Mini 41, which I really love. And you don't have to put it as decor. It's just like a camera, but its design is just so cool. I just love its retro but modern design. I think it's such a pretty camera. I love tech. I love technology. I love cameras. And I don't know, I love its design. So I thought it would look good here. And I just put it there, like most of the things here. Then we have third shelf. So I knew I wanted to put a plant somewhere in the shelf because I think plants really balance out the core. So that way it doesn't feel like you just have a bunch of material stuff in one place. I feel like when you put plants, it just gives the space a little bit of life. And I already have a lot of plants. I am a plant collector. I'm a plant hobbyist. I love taking care of my plants. So why not balance out the spaces with plants as well? But a good trick of interior design or interior decorating is to put a plant somewhere, you know? It really is going to make a difference. So I put this Hoya. I can't remember its name. I think I got this planter from TJ Maxx, and it's a ceramic white one. It's really simple, but sometimes I think the simplest things really are the things that make a statement. And I think it really looks good with this Hoya. It doesn't overpower the Hoya either. So you could admire the plant by itself. I also really love how, because it trails down, it basically is decorating both of these shelves, and it adds a little something to this one. Adds a little bit of green as well. It also decorates this one. And we have this print that I got in a festival here in Puerto Rico. It's called oh my God, I cannot remember right now. Every time I'm recording something, I usually forget things. I just think it's because my brain is occupied with what I'm doing right now. Forget everything else. Either way, I bought this in the festival, a local art festival. This is a block art print. And like I mentioned, and I keep mentioning, I love block art prints. I just think I think they're so pretty. You don't need a lot of colors and details on an art piece for it to make a statement. And I think block printing shows that really beautifully. And even this one has a lot of detail, but just because it's like two colors, I think it makes it even more of a statement and it doesn't overwhelm a space. So I really like block art prints. You're going to see them a lot in this specific shelf, but also in my house. This one is a traditional textile technique from Puerto Rico called mundillo. And it's about Puerto Rico, but it's imitating the thread of the mundillo, and I just think it's gorgeous. It's very unique, and I also love the pop of color that it has. I'm still thinking I should definitely add a frame to that one because it keeps like falling over and I don't want it to get ruined, but I don't want a frame that will overpower it. Then I have this retro flip clock, which if you watch a lot of mid-century decor houses and stuff, they have these or something similar to these, and I really love them. I think, again, I love technology. I love shapes, and this one is very much like a square, and it has like that modern style, but also that retro look. I also love the uniqueness of it flipping, like the flipping every time the minutes change and then the hour. I just think it's a really cool thing to see and have and hear because you can hear it when it flips. It's just so cool, and it looks really nice in spaces. So I wanted one for my house as well. Here, I really like, I think I put it on this shelf besides these two items. I'm trying to go into my interior design mind, but again, I am not a professional. So I just do this off of vibes and my own taste, basically. So I may say things and they may not make sense. Feel free to correct anything that I'm saying. But okay, I think that I put this besides the print and the Hoya because of its color. So I think the beige goes really well with the pop of color the dark green besides it. And then we have this lighter green. It's more of a neon bright green. And I don't know, I feel like because this is very natural, this is very artistic, and this is very modern and minimal, it balances out the shelf in a way. So, for example, if I would put it here, it still looks cool, but it kind of competes with the other items because we already have some tech, modern tech, plastic material, and modern design. And then we have a second modern design, plastic material item. And we have this print that's a little bit more overwhelming and things like that. So I naturally, because I don't think I think about these things when I'm doing it. I just look with my eyes, obviously, and I notice what feels right and what doesn't. But now thinking back on it, I feel like that's why I put it there. Like it makes sense that that's the reason. Lastly, we have this little embroidered cat print. This is supposed to be a Christmas ornament that I got my boyfriend last Christmas because his cat, Minnie, passed away sadly. He loves rescuing cats. He feels very emotional about cats living on the streets, you know. And in Puerto Rico, we do have a really big issue with cats and dogs living on the streets. It's a little bit out of control. And there's a lot of organizations working on it, but maybe it's not enough for it to fits the problem. So he loves rescuing cats, and Mini was one of the ones that he rescued. She unfortunately had a really bad accident when he found her, but she also was she was a sweetheart. He loved her dearly. He took care of her for, I think, 2 years. And he realized that he didn't have anything to remember her by. I immediately thought of getting something for the Christmas tree because I think Christmas trees are very emotional in a way. Like, I feel like it's where you put all your memories that you think having special, unique ornaments like this are very special. So I got this one for him from Etsy, and I think it's really cute. It turned out really good. And yeah, that's Mini, our cat. And he wanted to keep it all year, so I ended up putting it in the shelves. It is kind of small, so I don't know if it stands out too much. Really doesn't matter. I think it still looks kind of cute. Okay, this is a really hard shelf to record because it's too tall for me to reach, and even the camera, I don't think the tripod gets that tall. So I'm sorry for the bad angle, but it's the best I can do under the circumstances. But here I just put this little Mexican doll that my mom got for me. I have a whole story about her, and I think I talked about her in one of my videos. So I'm not gonna go into all of that because if I keep going into things, this video is going to be like a million years long. I got this Guatemalan doll on my trip to Guatemala last month, and she's very cute. She's very special to me. I also talk about her in my other videos. So, you know, I dive a little bit deeper on that as well. So I'm not going to go into it, but I thought they would look good together because they're kind of the same type of, I don't know, materials and colors and aesthetics. So, you know, I put them together. She is called Lydia. My grandma was called Lydia. So, you know, there's like my grandma as a doll in a way. And I just think she's very cute. I also have this little triangle block of wood. This is an art piece from an artist in Puerto Rico called Javi Cintron. But he makes these graphical, I don't know, like Santurce houses from Puerto Rico, which if you've gone to Santurce, you know what I mean. It's hard to explain, but houses in Puerto Rico, like old houses and houses in Santurce, have this architectural style that is very interesting. And again, it's like very iconically from here. And he does like murals and stuff with these little houses. I just think his art is so cool, especially because it's very iconic to Puerto Rico. And like I mentioned before, I love art that screams Puerto Rico. I also really love houses in Santurce. I don't know why. It's one of my favorite architectural styles. I kind of wish I had a house like that. It's just they're just very iconic and very interesting to look at. They have a lot of cool little details. And then I have some vinyl records up here. I thought I wanted an art print for here. But honestly, it doesn't always have to be art prints. You could fill up your shelves with other things. And a cool thing to add is vinyl records, is if you collect vinyl records, which I very much do. I don't have that many, but I have some that I really, really love. Of course, I have the iconic Bad Bunny vinyl record from Debí Tirar Más Fotos. I really, really love that album, like almost all Puerto Ricans do. I also really, really love the art, the picture that they use for the cover. It's just so iconically from Puerto Rico. Like it's so, well, I'm guessing you guys have seen it, but let me show you just in case. It's the 2 plastic chairs that Latinos usually use when they have family parties at home. It's like very traditional here to have these ugly plastic chairs. And this is like the campo, so like the backyard of a house in the countryside here. And then we have the plátanos, which all of our food, or most of our foods, we use plantains to eat, you know, fried plantains and all of that. It's in most of our traditional recipes. So most of the houses here have plantains in their backyards. It's also a tropical plant, so it makes sense. And I don't know, this picture is ultimately iconic, but also very beautiful. And I just love it. I just love it. It's like an art piece in itself. Then I have my Studio Ghibli Boy of the Heron vinyl that my partner got for me for Christmas, I think it was. I wanted this one for a while. And if he didn't get it for me, I was probably gonna get it myself. But I'm so happy that he got it for me, because then now it has like double special meaning, because I love Studio Ghibli. I love The Boy and the Heron. I think it's just such a gorgeous movie. And I also love this art. Like, how is that not like gorgeous? I think it looks so beautiful. And then you put it in any space and it just calls out to you immensely. And I don't know, the cover is beautiful. I just love it. I love it so much. So yeah, I put it in between another Benito Martinez vinyl, because I just think his covers are so cool. I love the art graphics that he uses for his vinyl covers. This one is Nadie Sabe Lo Que Va a Pasar Mañana, and it's a shorter album, but I just love color on the background. The design, it's small and it's also hand drawn. About this shelf, I kind of dialed it in a way that I could use it for my talking videos. I really wanted a pop of orange color in my background. I do think this light bulb is a little bit too strong for the camera, so I may trade it for another one that's a little bit softer. But I do love this lamp so much. Let me turn it off so you guys can see it. This lamp is from IKEA. It's just so weird. It's so weird. It's such a weird little lamp, but that's what I love about it. I saw this lamp and I was immediately like, I need to get that. I don't even know where it's gonna go, because I don't think I have anything in my house that resembles this at all. One thing that really called out to me, thin red lines that it has, I feel like, again, it adds like a little pop of color and of something unique, but in a very minimal way that doesn't overwhelm the design. I don't know, I just think it's really cool. I think it's really cool to look at. I don't think it's one of those lamps that everyone is gonna love. Either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. I totally get if you don't find it cute. Like, I totally get it. It's very weird. It's a very weird design, but at the same time, it's just so pretty. I didn't want to overwhelm that shelf with things, so right now I just have this little wooden chair and the lamp, but maybe I'll add some books in the future. But I did add this little chair, which is just so beautiful, and it's subtle. Like, it screams Puerto Rico, if you know, but it's subtle enough that if you see it and you're not from Puerto Rico, you may not realize that it's like an art from Puerto Rico. Okay, and then we have the other shelf. Of course, I had to add a plant. This one is a Florida Beauty Ghost. Yeah, I think that's the name. If it gets good light, the new leaves are gonna come out a minty white color or full white or a little bit of a yellowish white color. Because I have it inside, it hasn't been having a lot of light. The ghost leaves are not coming out, but it just looks so good there that I haven't had the heart to take it outside because I just really love how the leaves look on this shelf. I feel like I should probably get another plant. And the planter, I think it's also for TJ Maxx. It's a ceramic planter, simple, minimal, but has like this little design on the side that I think looks good with this specific plant. These are a trilogy called Once Upon a Broken Heart. It's a young adult romantasy book. It's really, really good. One of my favorite series that I've read. They're honestly very interesting. I'm gonna see if I can explain it quickly without getting too into it, but it's a fantasy book. And in the book, there's like this curse where a lot of stories, you can't remember them. So even if you think you know the story, there's basically no proof that the story is true. In the book, the main protagonist, which her name is Evangeline, but she's trying to learn about this prophecy that people keep saying that it's going to happen. She keeps trying to read books that talk or have titles that are close enough about the topic where she can learn a little bit more about the prophecy. For example, if this book was called The History of Puerto Rico, then at first it says The History of Puerto Rico, and then when you start reading it, because it's cursed and it doesn't want you to know the real information, suddenly changes and then it says Recipes of the Ancient North, which is what this one says. But it's just like a fun little thing about the book. Like it's a curse book and it says, the title says something, but the things inside the book, it's talking about a whole different thing. And it's just like a cool little magical detail. So this book is supposed to be Once Upon a Broken Heart, but instead the title cover says Recipes of the Ancient North. And I just love that. I think it's a great way to have a unique collectible book. Hi, it's a different day and I have a different outfit. It got really dark in the last part of the video and explanation of the shelf, so I decided to re-record it, but I'm almost done either way, so we'll just, finish up what we have here. I was already done with the second shelf, and on the third shelf, I'm gonna go a little bit more rapid fire with this one just to not make this video so much longer than it already is. But I just put a lot of standing books right there. I wanted to add some books to the bookshelf, so I just added some books. I also added this lace cushion cover from my grandma, and I love lace details. I think they're beautiful, and I've been putting them around my house and I've really been liking it. So I don't know, I thought it would look cute there. It is a cushion cover, but I'm kind of using it as like a tapestry kind of thing, if that makes sense. And then I just have a personal photo of my grandma and some little decor trinkets. I have this little wooden dog that's from Mexico. It's supposed to represent my dog Mocha, and he's tiny, but he's adorable. I love just putting some random trinkets all around. On the last shelf, I haven't added much because I don't have anything to add to it right now, and I honestly don't know what to add. I think the best choice would be more books, since it is a bookshelf and books always look nice and balance out a space. Right now I only have one print, which is made by a Puerto Rican local artist, and I like it a lot. It's block print as well, and it's a block art print about a plantain plant. So for now, that's the only shelf that I have empty, but it's not bothering me that much. I don't know, it feels almost complete, so it's not too bad. The only thing I would add to the shelves now that they're basically done, I was thinking of adding another mood light to the second shelf, because when you look at the space from far away, we only have this orange warm light from one side of the space and not from the other, and I feel like it needs a balance.
but I'm not too sure yet. Maybe you guys can help me out with deciding that. But other than that, I am really happy with how they look. I love the shelves. I love how they look on my living room, and I'm very happy with all the decor that we put up. I feel like it feels very me, and it has a lot of the things that I like. It also feels really balanced, and I just enjoy being in this space every day now. That is it for now. That is it for this video. I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed this home update styling video. Let me know if you want to see more of that. I did move into this house a year ago, so we are still renovating, updating, decorating, doing a lot of stuff to this place, and I want to share that with you guys. So let me know if you're interested in this type of video, if you enjoyed it, because that way I know what to put out there for you guys to watch. Anyways, thank you for watching. Appreciate you so much. I'm hoping you enjoy this, and I will see you guys later.